Good day, everybody. This is our second video on Moonwatcher. No, sorry. Rising Moon.
Moon Rising!
Moon
How did you
Rising.
forget this?
And it's about Moonwatcher. Then we're going to talk about spoilers. So one thing we didn't talk about in our first video is the voice that keeps talking into Moonwatcher's head.
No, she's not going insane. That's just really bad explaining.
So I had the first experience. I had the pleasure or the benefit of being able to read the prequel before I read the books.
Yeah, I'm just like I read all of the books and then read the prequel, and then I was like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. And then I'm like, Dad, I think you should read the prequel first. And I'm like, he's like, okay. And I give him the prequel, and he read it, so he got that leisure. I did not.
Right. So it kind of helped explain Darkstalker, who is the voice that's in Moon's head.
You don't know that yet.
If you didn't read the prequel, you wouldn't know if he was really bad or not.
Oh my gosh, I was left in the dark for so long. I'm like talking to my friends at school. I'm like, I have no idea if Darkstalker is good or bad at this point.
Right. So yeah, and she talks with him a lot, and he gives her advice about teaches her how to control her powers because she doesn't know how to control them.
You can't really control foresight. Foresight's just gonna pop up, but you can control your mind reading.
Right. So before she meets him, he is. When she gets into large groups, it's driving her crazy because there's a big buzzing in her head, and she doesn't know how to block it out.
And he's just like, I don't know how you're as tediously sane as you are. And
Yeah.
she's just like, because I was all by myself for most of my life.
Right. And so I won't talk much about Darkstalker until he actually appears in this series.
Darkstalker is
we'll talk more about
irrelevant until book 8.
9.
No, at the end of the book 8.
Oh, end of book 8, right.
At the end of book 8, he's really getting the spotlight. But
right.
There's some other antagonists in book 7. Book 6 and 7 and 8.
Right.
And then at the end of 8, you got that king of evil. I'm just kidding.
Something like that. So we'll talk about what will we talk about? The mystery. How do you think she handled the mystery? Do you think she gave you enough clues? What's going on?
It was pretty good. It was better than her other mysteries, gotta say, because it did give at least one. It gave some clues on who was what and what was who. It's really, really good about this mystery is that it was actually built up from book 1, and I didn't realize that until like literally 3 seconds ago. So, but
how was that build up from book 1?
Book 1. So Clay's siblings were fighting at the cliff, right? And they said that they lost their sister there. Well, guess what? Who was fighting at the cliff?
I don't know.
Ice Wings.
Oh, okay.
There's a little clue there.
But is that book 1?
Yeah, that's book 1.
I thought that was.
No, book 1's Clay.
Yeah, I know it's Clay, but I thought it was later on, like book 2 or 3.
No, you're talking about the prologue. Of a book.
Okay.
But so there's something built up there. And also she kind of uses that innocent stature. It's just like she puts this really innocent character, really likable character, and then she turns them out, and it turns out that they're actually like a bad person.
Right.
But like, well, not really a bad person, but.
Well, the thing is, you got 2 mysteries going on at the same time.
Yeah, you have that, and then so it's just like. Then you have those 2 mysteries. So it's just like in a way. So when I was reading it, I was like, okay, so someone's doing this, and then when something blew up, I'm like, okay, most likely someone tried to do this, and it turns out it was actually 2 separate people. So that's a really good mystery there.
This is spoilers, so you can.
And so also there was a little hint, like a bit of guilt, and you don't really catch that guilt until the end of until like you actually find out who the person who blew up the history hall was.
Right. Yeah, because she she gives you a hint like she's trying to figure out more about her ringmate, the person that did the bomb, trying to figure out about her wingmate.
Yeah, and you see Sora like
or clawmate. I'm sorry.
You see Sora Cloud like just drenching her thoughts with mud because she's just trying to, and you catch on to that because it's like she's she's actually blocking out all of that she's felt, all
Yeah.
that guilt that she's felt. So
Yeah, she's trying to. I guess she's trying to keep herself calm.
yeah, because Sora was the one who blew it up.
Okay. So I
Um,
guess we should say that some hints were that Moon was able to read minds, and if she's walking the hallways, she hears somebody thoughts talking to somebody else about killing somebody. So she's trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, and also the a part that I really don't exactly like that much is that she did kind of kill off Carnelian, and it was like I could have been like I was like, I mean she had a really good character arc for potential there. I'm just like it's like Carnelian's thought process was she was stupid and she wasn't good for anything other than fighting. And I'm just like, that's like the best start of a character arc ever. And then she's dead. I'm just like, dang it.
She gets blown up.
Yeah, and I was kind of disappointed. I'm like, no, why?
Yep. Right on. So we find out in the end that Sora, who is Clay's sister, is the one that set off a bomb that killed people because she's trying to kill
She killed
Icicle.
who
was-
Carnelian and Big
Yep, Icicle, who is an Ice Wing. And the
Because
reason why she's trying to kill Icicle is because Icicle killed her sister.
Yeah. And apparently she doesn't get the point that hey, the war's over, and also, I mean, how many Ice Wings have you killed? So if you think about
Yeah.
it like that.
Right. So she's trying to get, and then we find out that Icicle isn't so innocent herself
No.
because she's planning to kill the Dragonauts
But also for a
reason.
She's doing it for a reason.
Because she's gonna be blackmailed in a way.
Yeah, sort of.
Because Queen Scarlet, we find out, is alive, and she has
Still alive and sad.
Her- her brother, right?
Your brother, yeah.
Icicle and Winter are brother or siblings.
Yeah, we're kidding.
Yep. So Queen Scarlet has her brother, and she says you got to kill the Dragonette. It's a prophecy, and then you can get your brother back.
Yeah.
And so that's the conversation that
And
Moon's been watching.
Winter's like, no, that's not gonna happen. Winter's like defying his big sister, and she's just like, you're stupid. I'm trying to get our brother back, and he's just like, yeah, by killing these dragons, that's not cool.
Yeah. Plus, he likes And so they ends. So one mystery ends, but the Icicle, they don't catch her, and then they save that one for the next book.
Yes, but yeah,
Right.
So
So what you
Harold-
think of Moon?
Moon.
It's her book. You think it's a good
Moon's
book?
Moon's.
Do you like the character?
Yeah, she's a good character.
I think she's the best of the new characters that are introduced.
Yeah, because she has like a lot of really. She has some pretty good character qualities. I'm like really quiet right now, so.
And I'm thinking right now in the series, the next book coming out is Dangerous Gift. I think the next 2 or 3
Funny
books.
story. I tried to pick that up at Books a Million, and then I found out it came out next year, and I was just like, ooh.
Yeah. So I think she's going to play a more part, start getting a bigger role in the next few books.
Who? Icicle?
No, Moon.
Oh.
Yep.
Moon's getting a bigger. Moon's already has a bigger part.
Yeah. So I think it might be her Tui's next favorite character.
Maybe.
Yep. All right. So anything else you want to say about this book?
Pearl. Pearl
Well,
comes in.
Yes, we meet
And
Pearl
you see
again.
how much they actually hate her, and it's just like. It's
Right.
really.
So yeah, so last video we talked about the traumas of the war and how people hate each other dragons, and probably the most hated dragon is
Is-
Pearl.
And then you have Clay, who loves her enough to make up for all of it.
Yeah, so like none of the dragons like her until she meets Moon and Pikachu and
Yeah.
Turtle.
And it's just
Yeah.
like Moon's like anytime she goes anywhere near Pearl, it's like fire, fire, fire in her head, and it's just like oh.
Yep.
Not like arson, but more like a wall of. It's like a firewall for her head,
Yeah.
and she's just like, that's a lot of fire in your head right there.
Yeah, because she is fire.
She basically is fire. So
Yeah. So anything else?
yeah, there's obviously something else, but I'm trying to figure out what it is. Does she meet Stone Mover? We know a little bit more about Stone Mover in his personality, and it turns out he's not only sad on the outside, he is sad all the way through on the inside. And so he's just like, she's walking by, and it's just like, this is what it says. It's like, she heard something that sounded like a long noise, like a mental sigh, and I'm like, I know who that's coming from.
Right.
And he was right, it was Stone Mover, and I'm just like, R.I.P. Stone Mover.
Yeah, who cares about Stone Mover?
Poor Stone Mover. Stone Mover's just like, of course she didn't come back, why would she? I'm just like, no.
Yeah, who do you
And
think? Who do you think he's referring to? Sunny or Thorn?
Sonny visits him like all the time. Thorn is probably the one that
Thorn's moved on.
Thorn's moved on, and I'm just sitting there, and when I find that out, I'm just like, what? Why did you do this?
Well, would you want to be hooked up with a statue?
Not that. I mean, like, I can understand not being being with a statue, but like, why would you not make it so Thorn can go visit Stone Mover at least once? Like, I mean, I know Thorn's the queen, but she has some free time, because Ruby has enough free time to come by and do something, and I'm pretty sure Thorn isn't having...
She doesn't like him anymore.
Why, she could have just gone and said hi.
She don't like him anymore.
I don't care. It's hard. That just messes with me so much, and I'm just like, why, Thorn? Did you already forget about Stone Mover? Like...
She's moved on past Stone Mover.
I don't care if she moved on past Stone Mover. Like, if I'm... Okay, I have an ex, right? And I'm like, I'll still talk to her. I'm gonna still talk to her. I'm not gonna be like, oh, bye. I'm gonna be like, hey, how's your day going? I'm just like, they can still be friends. So that's not an excuse.
I don't think anybody... I don't want to be friends with that guy. He's depressed.
He's depressed because he's depressed because Thorn doesn't come and visit him.
I don't know.
He's depressed because he's depressed because he's lonely. Nobody visits him but Sunny.
Okay, you probably just spent more time talking about this character than anybody in history of Ring of Fire.
Stone Mover is a good character because you can have those people that are just like, suck it up, man, and it's just like R.I.P. like me. I'm just like, sad Stone Mover.
Alright. Anyways, I think this is enough. I'm not talking about... After Stone Mover, I had enough of this book. So until next time, have a good day. Ciao.
Adios.